As someone once said, "Hail to the no, no, no!"
Hell no, to the no, 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 hell to the no.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact. And it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up. Whoa! Today we're jumping into r/StoriesAboutKevin. You know Kevin? Well, you will after we tell you some stories about him. Kevin's are basically just big dum-dums. It's kind of a miracle that they can function in society. It might be based off of Kevin from The Office, or it might just be a really dumb-sounding name. I'm not really sure how it came about in internet lingo, slang, whatever, but that is what it is, and we've got tons of stories about him. These particular Kevins are indeed in a big rig. I did see that Chris Trucker was posted, so maybe we could do another Kevin in a big rig, Chris Trucker back-to-back day, and I think that would be pretty fun, right? I'm looking forward to that nicely. So without any further ado, let's go ahead, we'll get some plugs and disclaimers out of the way, and then we will dive right into some of this r/stories about Kevin cringe. Kevin in a Big Rig, part number 3. Frozen. Oh, you need to let it go, Kevin. I guess that's the easiest joke that I could possibly make. Thank you, thank you. I'll be here all week. If you missed the previous parts 1 and 2, they are in one singular video, the previous video. I hope that you check that out. It's good for you, and it is down in the description. Anyways, hey everyone! Hi, you's a strong bad junior. Thanks again to everyone for the upvotes, support, and encouragement that you have shown me with the first 2 installments of the Kevin in a Big Rig series. Yes, feed me more cringe! I want to hear all about the stupid heads! When I first decided to share these stories here on Reddit, I never would have imagined that an old trucker's tales would be so well received. Yeah, Reddit is kind of hungry for those, ain't they? Oh, Mommy Honker Donk is telling the Chris Trucker saga, people just gobble it up. They're like, oh, that's the best thing I've ever heard, give me more. And he's like, yeah, I guess I will. It is pretty interesting. Everybody on Reddit knows that they could become a trucker, right? They could live this life for themselves, right? But nobody wants to do that. We just want you to bring the tales back so I can experience it vicariously. Anyways, so many of you have left comments asking for more of these stories, and I'm not one who likes to disappoint. So on that note, on to part number 3, Frozen. Oh. Backstory. The following takes place about a month after First Kevin, aka Fuck, and I were first paired up. If you read part 2 of this series, you might have some idea of the kinds of Kevin-esque things that Fuck was capable of, and you would be right. Yeah, he don't know his ass from a hole in the ground. That's basically summing up Kevin in less than a sentence. But what he did this time was what resulted in the absolute worst nights of sleep in my entire life, and it was also the closest I ever came to committing legitimate murder. I mean, that's okay. No court in the land would convict you. They'd be like, he did what? Yeah, let him walk free. I understand. If I was in his shoes, I would have done the same thing. He doesn't deserve to go to jail for this. By this point, I already had Fuck pegged for what he was. Oh, don't peg him. That's not good. Developing a closer than co-worker relationship, are you? No, that's really not what it means. Only total degenerates think of that when they hear the word pegging, right? I guess that's me. Yes, he was just an incompetent buffoon who shouldn't be allowed near a soapbox car, let alone an 18-wheeler. Yeah, let alone driving an 18-wheeler. We're gonna put the well-being of everybody on the road in the hands of this guy? How desperate are you for drivers? Please stop. But worse, in his obviously demented mind, he thought he was the absolute top dog of the trucking world. I think it's called the Dunning-Kruger effect, and it is real. We see it in damn near every story that we cover on this channel. People terrible at a thing, but somehow their ego wants to protect them and be like, yeah, I'm great at it. I know everything there is to know, despite only doing this for a month. Ugh. Reality, check, please, somebody. This in spite of the dozens of times that he would have to wake me up to get him out of another bad situation. I don't know how to back the truck up, OP. Handing your license, you're done. However, at the time, I was more of the grin and bear it mentality because I was broke. And I was afraid that any screw-ups or boat rocking on my part would get me fired. But all that was about to change. I mean, it's your first student, whatever, training guy, so I can understand you trying to be as nice as possible, but people come into your life for a reason, you know? And maybe you did get this Kevin so he would snap you out of that grin and bear it mentality. Some people do need a reality check, and I hope that you're the one to deliver. Swiftly, harshly. Let's do this, OP. So one day, after picking up a load close to the company's home terminal, we received instructions from dispatch to relay the load in the company's drop yard and take the truck, sans trailer, to a local dealer in town for some scheduled maintenance. This was essentially just a glorified oil change and lube job with a few other items on the checklist just to make sure that the truck was in good shape. Yeah, you don't want to be driving cross-country in a rust bucket, a rickety old thing that's going to fall apart on the road. No, we need to keep our tools sharp, right? For the job at hand. I'm all about it. And paid for by the company? Yeah, I'm double all about it. This was all normally handled by the in-house mechanics, but because of some serious backlogs, they decided to contract it out. Oh, see? This is where a union gets you, isn't it? That's sarcasm for those not fully attuned. The plan, as relayed by dispatch, was for us to drop the loaded trailer in the yard, bobtail to the dealership for a late morning appointment, get the service done, it would take like 2 hours max, and pick the truck back up when we were finished, and continue on to the destination. Easy in, easy out. At least, in theory. Unfortunately, Fuck was the driver on duty during the first shift in which we were supposed to arrive, but in his typical fashion, he got lost because his infamous system of navigation failed once again. How is it that hard? They got little computers that tell you which way to go. Turn right in 400 meters. Okay, I better get ready to turn right. just listen to the nice lady in the box, Kevin. She'll tell you where to go, Kevin. Couldn't be any easier. So easy a robot can do it. And someday they probably will. This is a dying industry, isn't it? As a result, he wasted half a day backtracking and ran out of drive time. Herp-a-derp. Leaving me to get us to the terminal, drop the load, and get to the dealerships 15 minutes before they closed for the day. Oh yeah, I work best under pressure. Also, impossible timelines. Yeah, I got this. Don't worry. I'll just drive 120 in a big rig that can't go 120. This meant that since we missed our appointment, we would have to wait until the next morning when they had an opening in the schedule. The opening was first thing that morning, and parking at the company terminal was packed, so I made the call to park the truck outside of the dealership for the night. We had plenty of fuel, and there was a gas station within walking distance where we could get food. The shop told us that this was fine, so okay, that was that, I do suppose. Still sounds like a relatively shit night. Still sounds like a day wasted because of good old Kevin over there. Yes, it all worked out, but don't think I'm not mad about it, just a little bit. This happened in around late November / early December in the Midwest. Oh boy, that's where the frozen part of the title comes in, is it not? The winter had already shown signs of being bad, and snow had been falling for weeks already. The weather forecast for that night was to dip well below freezing not long after sunset. After squaring everything away with service reps in the shop, I turned to Fuck. I said, look, it's gonna get cold once the sun goes down. I'm gonna walk over to the store and grab something to eat. Are you coming? He replied, hey, no, I got food. I'm gonna see if I can get that bunk outlet to work. For a few days, he had been complaining that one of the 12-volt outlets in the bunk section of the cab wasn't working. Apparently, it was a major issue for him, even though neither of us had any electronic device other than our cell phones, and the bunk had 4 outlets. It was only that one that did not work. Oh, God. Kevin's gonna go full electrician. Stand aside, OP. I'll make this one outlet work by breaking the other 3. I totally see where this is going. You better buy some blankets while you're at the store. This is gonna be a disaster. Trying to tell him all this only made him upset and made him flex his 1 week of seniority over me. Oh my God, get over it. I really didn't feel like arguing, so I just left him to it. Yeah, OP, I mean, best generally to not argue with an idiot, right? Drag you down to their level, beat you with experience, that's fine. Think whatever you need to think, Kevin. Dig through the wires like a little rat trying to fix this outlet, and then we could both freeze to death, all right? No, it is a serious concern. You guys are gonna have to huddle up and get real close together to keep warm. And then you go and get a lube job before the load, right? Hey! This is not quite what I meant! And then in the morning, we'll get a lube job before the load. Gross. Anyways, so I go and buy some food for dinner. Some snacks to have in reserve, you know, beverages to hold me over for the night, and 2 packs of cigarettes, because smoking was the only thing that could calm my nerves enough to not strangle fuck every time he had to wake me up in order to help him navigate. 2 packs? Are you doing 2 packs a day, man? Oh, take it easy. That is a lot. As I'm heading back, the sun goes down, and I can see a nearby pond starting to freeze. Ugh. Foreshadowing. I quicken my pace so I can get back to the warm cab. As I get to the truck, I see fucking the passenger seat hunched over something. I go around to the driver's door and jump in. Oh no. Oh no, he's doing something. Make him stop. You're not allowed to do anything, Kevin. Go sit in the corner. For those who don't know, trucks meant for long haul operations have very thick insulation to hold in heat for a very long time. I didn't know that. Every time we read one of these stories, I learn something interesting. This came in handy since that truck had an idle limiting system that wouldn't allow the engine to run for long periods of time sitting at idle. Well, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? Trust me, I need this to be idle, okay? But the company's like, you're wasting gas. You can't have it. Kill switch engage. Jesus. Maybe it's a good thing, I guess, for the environment or something. That's probably how the company phrases it. But really, it's to help out their bottom line, isn't it? Anyways, if the engine was needed to maintain heating or air conditioning while parked, the driver could set a device, much like a digital thermostat. You set the control for the temperature you want the cab to be, select it to either heat or cool, and the engine will start and stop to maintain the temperature, much like the central unit of a house. Since the cab was well insulated, the cab of the truck could stay warm for hours. You got like an automated thermostat inside the truck? Yeah, that's pretty big brain time, honestly. I'm just gonna set it to 105 Fahrenheit. I want to be sweating in this truck cab. Basically, it's an impossible temperature to reach. I'm just setting it to that temperature so the truck will never stop, so the company has to pay for my idle time that they don't want to pay for, right? Just stick it to the company you work for every time. That's what it be. They gotta learn a hard lesson about trying to limit my idle time. Before I left the truck to go to the store, I made sure to set the idle control system to maintain a comfortable temperature. When I got back, however, I couldn't help but notice that it was colder than when I had left it. much colder. Oh my God, Kevin, you idiot. You broke it. How could you break it? I was gone for 10 minutes. I told you, he's digging through that wiring like a rat. He's just like, what does this wire do? Probably don't need it. Why'd the truck shut off? What was strange about that was that the engine was running fine. Naturally, I checked the temperature controls on the dash. They were set to full heat and full fan. And that was when it hit me. There was nothing coming from the dash vents. The blower fans were dead quiet. Oh my God, Kevin, you had one job. Just sit on your hands. Why can you not do stuff? Because he thinks he's the king of trucking. I could totally get this running again. This one outlet that isn't working next to the 3 that are. So instead you decided to kill the blower fans so we will all freeze to death tonight. I would just go hang out at the gas station, honestly. Is that an option? Can I hunker down inside the gas station, please? Because you're gonna die in that truck. I'm not cuddling up with Kevin. It's not gonna happen. I looked over at Fuck, who I just noticed is poking around with the fuse panel that was hidden behind the rear panel of the glove box. Why is the heat not working?
I don't know. It stopped working when I was checking the fuses.
Well, ain't that a coinky dink? I just opened up the fuse box and it stopped working. That's so weird, right? Did you touch any of the fuses? No, it's just a coincidence. I'm so sure. So this led me to my second question. Why are you messing around with the fuse panel?
I was trying to get that outlet to work.
Just leave it. There's 3 other outlets. Why does it matter? Jesus. Kevinness on full display right now. So, as you may know, most vehicles have fuse/relay panels. One underneath the hood in the engine compartment and another inside. Trucks are the same in that regard, except they have a lot more fuses than the average passenger car. I mean, even if it was a passenger car, Kevin would have still fucked it up. He's Kevin, for God's sake. Anything he touched turns to absolute shit. One thing that was stressed heavily during my training was that the fuse panel inside the glove box of the truck was strictly off limits. This is because if someone goes about carelessly pulling fuses, looking for a bad one, without first disconnecting the power, it could cause a surge throughout the panel and short all of the other circuits. Good job, Kevin. You broke the 3 outlets that were working. Not only that, you've broken the blowers in the truck. Any lights we had probably gone as well. You have destroyed it. And probably tomorrow we're going to have to sit at the station during what was supposed to be just a lube job and wait for them to fix all of the circuitry in the truck. I want to die, but not before I take you with me. I think I would have murdered him too at this point. This is so ridiculous, pointless. I don't understand. Come on. But yeah, that's part of being a Kevin. Frustrating everybody around you. And I am highly frustrated even just hearing about it. Since the fuses in the glove box controlled vital circuits such as external lights, dashboard instruments, engine controls, messing around with them obviously could lead to some major issues. Oh my God. You can't even drive the truck somewhere because the external lights are all dead now too. No dashboard instruments or engine controls. We are 100% fucked because of your helping. God, can we choke him yet?
You little...
The dashboard blower motor circuit was also fused in that same panel, and this Kevin had been messing around with it. Oh, so much regret. It's hard to remember what I was feeling at the time. Anger, hate, panic, homicidal rage? All of the above, really. Oh, fuck, I exclaimed as I jumped into the bunk area. I checked the thermostat. It's showing 58 Fahrenheit, which is 14.4 Celsius, when I had set it to 73 Fahrenheit, 22 Celsius. I checked the vents and the bunk heat controls and turned them to full heat and full fan, but sadly, nothing. We were in a truck with no heat and near freezing conditions. And the night has only just started. Oh my god, you literally could die because of this idiot. This is Darwinism at its best. Just leave Kevin in the truck. Tell him to watch it. You go hide out in the gas station. And then when you come back in the morning and he's dead, you just push him out the passenger door and be like, I don't know. I found him like that.
Yo! Yo, holy shit, he dead!
To make matters worse, the shop at which we were parked was already closed. We were in trouble. Yeah, to say the very least. This is a horrible situation. You don't think of trucking as a situation that, risks your life all that often, but this situation is dangerous. So I grabbed the truck's computer and sent an urgent message to dispatch telling them that our heater isn't working and the temperature outside is dropping fast. Fuck is still mumbling about the goddamn outlet. Will you forget about that goddamn outlet? We have no heat. Do you understand that? Oh my god. He doesn't even realize how bad it is. He's just like, I could still fix it. I could get that outlet to work. Bro, you're done. Take a break. Sit in the corner.
Now go sit in the corner and think about your life.
I hate him so goddamn much. Oh. The idiot said something, but the computer signaled an incoming message. Truck 1234, you have access to your truck, so we can't get you a room. I tell dispatch, again, that the heater isn't working, and it's getting colder by the minute. But they said, company policy, which meant that we had to stay in the truck. We were 100% screwed. Oh my god, dude. I'm not staying in the truck. I am going to buy a hotel right now. Drive with the lights off. I don't care. I'm not going to sit out here and freeze to death with this idiot. We'll just cuddle up next to him for warmth. No, we're not doing that either.
Good. Now let's just fall asleep like this.
I turned to fucking say, close that goddamn glove box and don't ever even think about opening it again. At this point, even he realized that he had screwed up royally. We were stuck in a cold truck for the night. Neither of us had enough money to afford a hotel room, and short of starting a bonfire inside of the truck, we were in for a cold, cold night. Oh god, dude. Are you guys really gonna cuddle though? I would go wait in the hotel lobby or something like that. Screw the truck at this point. I'm over it, alright? I gotta think about me and mine, look out for number one. I don't care what Kevin does, but I am going to wait in the hotel lobby. So I quickly eat my dinner and stow my food away. I then dig through all of the clothes that I had with me, looking for every stitch of warm clothing that I had, and I layered up as best I could. I ended up wearing 2 long-sleeve t-shirts, a pullover hoodie, and a Carhartt jacket with 2 pairs of jeans, 2 pairs of socks, heavy-duty work boots, and 2 pairs of jersey work gloves with a fleece blanket for cover. I mean, it sounds like a lot. I still don't think it's gonna be enough. For a Midwestern winter? Forget about it, dude. At least there's no wind chill, but Jesus Christ, you better hope and pray that it's enough. I'm still of the opinion that abandoning the truck is the right thing to do at this point. I don't care if I get fired for it. At least I'm alive, you know? The entire night, I don't think I slept for even 2 consecutive hours. Despite wearing what felt like a week's worth of clothing all at once, the cold air still permeated through. Yeah, cold tends to do that. It's gonna sink into your bones. Jesus Christ, man. Why are you still in the truck? You knew it was gonna be bad. It's time to leave. Where's Kevin at this point? Hopefully freezing to death. That's what I want. A little bit of karma. I stayed curled in the fetal position for the entire night, shivering so hard that I could feel the entire truck shake. God. This is such a horrible situation. I'm sorry that it happened to you, OP, but this is just desserts for Kevin. Like I said, I hope that he is suffering just as much, if not more. Each time, my violent shivering or chattering teeth would bring me out of sleep, and I would look at the thermostat control. By midnight, the temperature was well below freezing, and with the high winds that had come up, the truck was only getting colder. You guys are going to die. You need to cuddle, or get the hell out would be my preferred option. I don't want to cuddle with Kevin. If it's between that or dying, kill me now. I'm not gonna do it. I can remember feeling disgusted each time I woke up not seeing sunlight. At one point, I honestly believed that I wouldn't even survive the night due to hypothermia. Shit, man. And you still decided to just stay in there and tough it out? Why? Why?
Why? Why? Why? Why? Why?
I gotta put me in mind first, dude. I'm out of the truck. I don't care. Finally, at around 6 a.m., I woke up for the last time and decided to go outside. Not because it was any warmer, but because the gas station I went to the evening before opened at that time, and all I wanted was a little bit of heat. I didn't wake up fuck. Honestly, I couldn't have cared if he was dead for the hell that his stupid ass had just put me through over a goddamn power outlet. Honestly, I feel the same way. Kevin Pops, go ahead, shove him out in the street. I don't even feel bad. You did this to yourself, honestly. I walked to the store, looking like a vagrant with withdrawal symptoms from shivering so much. God, wouldn't that be hilarious and also so sad if they kicked him out? He comes up to the store, he's like, I just need to come inside. They're like, get out of here, you junkie. It's so cold. Yeah, we ain't got no heroin for you here. Hit the bricks. Oh no. When I walked into the store after that long, bitter night, I wanted to cry because the heat felt so nice. Yeah, get yourself a nice hot cup of coffee. Oh God, this is ambrosia. My life has so greatly improved. The cashier gave me a puzzled look, but saw my baseball cap that had my company's logo and sort of let it go. I bought 2 cups of piping hot coffee and a warm breakfast. I took my time savoring every bit of it. I'm glad that you didn't buy 2 cups of hot coffee, 1 for Kevin, because nah. Nah, dude. These are both for me. Since the station had a dining area and wasn't busy, I really was not in any hurry to get back. Kevin wakes up like, where did OP go? Who cares? We're never talking again. This has soured our entire working relationship. Do you not understand? I sat in the station for about 2 hours before I had to head back. The shop opened at 8, and I wanted to get the truck into the shop to get fixed ASAP. I got a 3rd coffee for the walk back, and I headed over to the shop just as the office was opening. Fuck was waiting outside and he saw me holding my coffee. He asked, where did I get that? And I pointed to the gas station. What are you, stupid? Dude is really like 100% oblivious of his surroundings. There's a gas station down the road, idiot. You didn't clock that when we pulled up? Ugh, I can't stand him. The rep opens the door of the repair shop and we go inside, check in with the desk, and hand the truck key to the technician so he can get started. Fuck, who was useless when it came to things like this, went to the lounge area. No, seriously though, get some help. I made sure to tell the tech about the fan and asked if he could check it out. He said that he would. I signed the paperwork and headed to the lounge. In the lounge, Fuck looks frustrated. Oh, poor little baby man, broke the whole truck, but he doesn't get no coffee, poor little baby, huh? What's wrong, little baby? You don't know where to get the coffee even though I just told you where to get it? Can't walk down the street because he's such a big baby, huh? What's wrong, baby boy? Eat shit. He wanted coffee too, and he was disappointed to learn that since the shop just opened, the office staff hadn't made any coffee in the lounge yet. Oh, baby boy. Well, walk over to the gas station and get one, I say, trying not to snicker. You know I can't walk that far. Why don't you go and get me one? You can't walk that far? For real? Why? Roll your fat ass over there. I ain't doing a goddamn thing for you after the night I had last night. I should point out that he had a bad leg due to, if you can believe it, a bad car accident. I know, big shocker. No sympathy, you did this to yourself. Limp your ass over there. At first, I did feel a bit bad for him, being partially disabled, but by that point, after everything that I had endured because of his dumbass, I was tempted to damage his good leg so they would be a matching set. It's just desserts, OP. Go right ahead. No court in the land would convict you. Because I signed the truck, that means I have to be here when it's released. Then Kevin gets mad. Well, why didn't you wake me up and ask me if I wanted anything? He demands, almost throwing a tantrum. Do not fucking start with me. After the night I had last night, I'll break your good leg and both your arms. Honestly, I could not put up with any of this. You want to fight it out right now? Throw your fucking little baby boy tantrum like I give a good goddamn if you got any coffee. I'll dump this coffee in your lap. Go, walk, buy another one, come back, dump another one in your lap. Like I don't even give a fuck. It was at this point that my tolerance for Kevin glitched. This son of a bitch had put me through a living hell of no sleep, being thrown around the truck like a rag doll because of his horrible driving, having to take flack for his fuck-ups, and getting chewed out for late deliveries because he keeps getting lost. Now he wants me to be his errand boy after nearly causing me to freeze to death. As someone once said, "Hail to the no, no, no!"
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no.
There you go. Embrace your vitriol, OP. Let it pour over him. End him now. I set my coffee on a table and raised up to my full height. I had at least 1 foot and 100 pounds on him. Listen here, you sawed-off little bastard, I replied, summoning every last ounce of piss and vinegar in me that wasn't still frozen. Because of your dumbass, I barely slept at all last night. How the hell we're not dead of hypothermia right now? I have no idea. I have had to put up with your bullshit for over a month and I am fed up with it. You are not my supervisor, you are not my lead driver, and you do not tell me what to do! And if I ever catch you messing around with the fuse panel or anything else on that truck ever again, I'll cut your goddamn throat! And in that moment, I meant it. Okay, OP, I said vitriol, but maybe we wind it back a little bit, man. I'm getting a little worried for you here. Dude is about to blow a fuse. Holy God! All this is nothing but what Kevin deserves. I'm proud of OP for standing up, finding his spine, not taking any more of this, but yeah, I am a little bit worried for OP, you know, bringing the heat like this. You don't want to suffer an aneurysm or something. Kevin is not worth all that. Kevin did mutter something, but I told him to shut up, and he obliged. Wow, man. Wow, man. I bet all the Kevins to come after him will be dealing with a different version of OP than this Grin and Barrett version that we've met. The Grin and Barrett version of this OP is dead! And I love to see it, honestly. After a couple of hours, the technician came and told us our truck was ready. Tension still hanging over the room, so thick that you could drink that just like coffee. And Kevin, still without his coffee, sulked off to the truck while I dealt with the paperwork. I asked the tech about the blower fan, and come to find out, it was a blown fuse. Apparently, Fuck had pulled the fuse, and the resulting arc caused the fuse to blow. Since he was an idiot, and the fuse panel wasn't labeled, there was no way to know which fuse was blown. He told me to make sure that next time I needed to check the fuses to disconnect the batteries first. I laughed, signed the papers, and went back to the truck. Are you gonna pass that little piece of advice along to Kevin? Even if you did, he wouldn't listen. Save your breath, it's fine. Hopefully you get a new partner right after this, because this is a bridge too far. You almost just killed us both. At least you didn't have to cuddle up with Kevin, though. That would have been the worst thing of all. So, back in the truck, I send a message to dispatch and tell them that we're ready to roll. Kevin had climbed back into the bunk, obviously still sulking. Oh, baby boy! I don't care. Die back there. I take the first drive shift of the day, so the load can once again be back on track. And while I wish I could say that this was the end of my misadventures with First Kevin, aka Fuck, it's not. There's more, and yeah, it does get even better, folks. Again, thank you all so much for reading and for your support and encouragement. It really does mean a lot. While I am regretful that OP had to continue dealing with Kevin, at least there is a big line in the sand now. More than a line, a moat, really, filled with lava and crocodiles that live in the lava. OP has grown a spine, and I think things are going to be a little bit different from here on out, but, you know, Kevins can't help but Kevin, no matter how mad you get at them. Idiot is a word that OP chose a lot, but there's a lot of more select words that I would pick to label Kevin with, although I don't think that I can say a lot of them on YouTube, at least not back to back. So, good. I'm glad that nobody died, specifically OP. If Kevin had died in this story, I would feel a little bit bad about it, but at the end, it's like, you sort of did it to yourself, bro. How bad do you want me to feel about it, honestly? But I do hope that you enjoyed the episode, friends. If you did, I hope that you like, comment, and or subscribe. Maybe share the video around if you should like. I would appreciate that a whole heck of a lot. We got all kinds of links down in the description. Plugs, playlists, podcasts. Yes, indeed. We've also got social medias, of course. Twitter, Discord, Facebook, Twitch, where we live stream this whole episode. I hope you'll come and check me out over there. That's a pretty cool thing to do, yes. We've also got my Patreon, my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons. Thanks so much to each and every one of them. Darth Luscious, Harley Owen, Robert Waits, Camille Sarah, Chase with Blue Kraken, Malama Man, Alexis Smith, Broken Logic, Captain Clown Jerry, Destiny Piper, Esteban, For All Playing Side, Okay Steve, PCP, Silent Robber, Wire.P and Jerry, 211 Jerry, the two Jerrys, a very tired Jerry. It's alright, drink some coffee, you'll be good. Justy Jargonia Jerry, Aaron Jerry, Aspen XO, Assassin Pub Jerry, Bang Bang, Aurora Wildheart, Grizzly, Baby Jerry, Bailey Joy, Bearded Jerry, Bitch Gremlin, Blade Hero, Blip Jerry, Catholic Jerry, Commander JT, Comrade Moody, Confederate Jew, Dennis Dayton, Dr. Larks, Duck. I like that. Merchant Jewel, Aaron Era, East Mars, Frozen Over Studio, Fire Drake, Gypsy, Hadrian BR, I'm Slim Jerry, I'm the real Jerry, Irish Pirate, Soul Leprechaun Below Decks, twas that, or a stowaway Jerry. Either way, just let him stay, he's good. Radiant Jam, Itchy Nuts, just smash it, bro. A pimp named J. Crisp, JM Coon, Jerry Kitsune, the original Jerry, a Jerry, Jerry Blacktail, Jerry Nice, Jerry Evil, Jerry the Outlaw of the Trucker, Jerry Beans, John Hero, John Jerry, Jingleheimer Schmidt. You're not gonna believe this. That is my fucking name too, right? Kira, Conrad Eggy, Crewhee, Legitimate Earth, Miss Monday, Lord Jerryo, like and subscribe, Lady Dix, the next to last Jerry Bender, because I have anxiety. Oh God, it's a it's the last Airbender reference. All right, you doing the thing. Respect. Marble Mabel, Milgar the Destroyer, Metal Factor, Needless King 89. Not another Jerry, but he is though. Nightmare Jerry, Paragon Soul, Phantom of the Pines, Jerrykins and Jerry Beth, Queens, Quaaludes, and Quagmires, Ramtide, Lacrimate, Redwind, Rose Jerry Miller, T.S. Kirby, Sarita the Lolita, Satori, Sassy Octopus, Scarlet Kevin, Sergeant Gay Cop, Bringer of the Law, Silo Whip, Stephanie Goodner, Sign After Boomstick, Brilliant Tomato, Tapio the Blue, Tato Fair, 10-Ton Monster, the Italian Greyhound Dino, the Little Who, the One True Fusky, Tick Jerry, trying to find another mom to get back to the real world. You probably don't want to blow that balloon, not. Unbusy Bee, V3 Prime, Vanguard Angel, Viking Jerry, Void, version 3, because Red keeps killing me in Battle Brothers. Yeah, on the Twitch stream. But I mean, I only killed you twice, so buck up. Wire has died 3 times so far. We're on Wire version 4. So I want to hear any complaints. I'm doing the best I can to keep people alive. WikiTech, Wilmag, Zephyr Goggle, or Clay. It's Jerry time. Holds ReddX Morpher. Self-reflection. One leg Jerry's leg was stolen by Pissant. Oh my God, was it a cybernetic leg? I would miss it too. A normal Jerry, Admiral T-Tank, Emerald Alder, another stupid hipster, Atomic Jerryzilla, Breakroad, a Tall Army, Bansicoon, Bartender Kelia, Blueberry, and Apple Pie, Broken Spine, Horseradish, the original different Jerry, Cake Jerry, California Jerry Girl, Shepherd 7 Lock, Chicago the Panda, Welcome to the Fold, Cody, secretly a Jerry operative. It happens, I guess. Princess Furry Warrior Woo Jerry, Crypt Titties, D Crazy, aka STI Jerry, The Fawn Jerry, Defter Tuna, Dopamine Dane Jerry's, Dwarfy Dude, Dose of Alpha, He Cannot, Holy Berry Jerry, Jace Christensen, Janitor Jerry, made it across the Finland, and only lost a handful of baubles paying Vladimir. Godspeed, comrade. Jeffrey, Gerald of Rivia, Jerry and Tom versus Happy New Year's, Weeaboo Apocalypse, Jerry the Sussy Baka, Jerry's mom has got it going on. Check out that mustache on Jerry Old Rivera, Jerry Roxas, Jerry Role Playing Game, Judge Jerry and Executioner, Keaton Tails, Kid Marvelous, Kids Kid, Life of Guardian, Lillian Woods, Lucian Lovecraft, Chia, CD, maybe next time, might be the end for Iwary. Don't do it. Hey, don't you do it. Milk Figure, Miss Duchess, not the Viper, not Invisible Angel. Oh, it's time. It's Jerry time. Raptor Art, Roxanne Wolf, Simp Jerry, aka Dawnbreaker Drake, Saints Blessing, she's my Jerry Pie, Snary, that's Snom Jerry.
Snowman, what is best in life? To crush your neckbeards, to put their feet to Jesus, hear the lamentation of their body pillows.
It's so good. Spooky the Rogue, Spoopy Scary, Jerry Ton, Techno Dubs, the original Jerry, not Third Stuff, to Infinite Jerry and beyond. Definitely. We on the way, for reals. Unkale, Underwater Movies, Unfortunate Jerry, Screaming the Nookie's latest magical girl transformation, make it stop! Venom Jerry, throws 2-liter Mountain Dew, grow my neckbeard, grow! Neckbeard. It's Jerry time! Holds ReddX Morpher. Hygiene! It's Jerry time! Holds ReddX Morpher. Humility! Both important. And thank you to my $1 patrons as well, of course. Big shout out to the Jerrys, the not Jerrys alike. If you guys would like to join up on the Patreon, it's ultra important for keeping the channel running. But if you can't afford to do it right now, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me, and I hope that you come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. In order to do so, you need to keep yourself safe out there, wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe like watching some more ReddX videos. Yeah? Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely deserve it. I shall see you in the next one, and until then, bye-bye.